I hope you enjoyed the last lesson. So let's proceed with the particular lesson that we have learned to the next. Actually, in the last day, during our last day lesson, we learn about how can we convert sequence. I hope you can remember there were 3 control structures in programming, and that is sequence, selection, and repetition. Sequence is where the instructions were executed one after another. So like we discussed, so example, adding 2 numbers, adding 3 numbers, finding out the total and the average, right? Finding the total and the average. So that is the lesson that we have discussed. Okay. Finding the total and the average after. So we discussed that after. Yes, this was the exercise. And then today we have to discuss the next thing, that is how we can use selection and repetition there. But before do that, I would like to discuss one more thing, that is about we need to discuss about the operators in Python, because there are different operators where you can use in different occasions, like arithmetic and then logical. So there are some operators that we can use. So okay, so let's move to that and study operators, and then we can come back to the lesson. So come back to this selection and repetition part. Okay, so first of all, I would like to tell you about this, right? So this we didn't discuss last day. So Python programming. So when it comes to Python programming, so we mostly do, this is a high-level language. Python is a high-level language, and we mostly do CLI programming, command line interface programming using Python. CLI means, so whatever the inputs and outputs, we have to give as commands, right? That is how we do the programming part, command line operations. So that is why it is running a window like this, or the terminal or the shell, right? Okay. So then, so in addition to that, Python is a free and open source software. You can purchase. You don't want to purchase it. It is freely available, and it is open source. Open source means you can see the code editing. So whatever the code which is used to make that program, you can see. It is like the recipe is open. So let's say there is like, okay, let's say McDonald's or Pizza Hut, somebody is publishing their recipe, how this can be made. It is publicly available. Then that is called open source. Anyone can see how it is created. That is open source. Python is such a language. And it can be used for different development activities like website development, GUI or graphical user programming, and also scientific and numeric operations, researchers, software development, networking, security, different purpose. This is versatile, can be used anywhere, and it is easy. It supports structured programming. What we were learning now is structured programming, but I'll explain that later. What is the difference between this object-oriented programming and structured programming? But it can be used for both tasks, and it is platform independent. That means it can be written in here in my computer. I'm using Mac, so this can be used in Mac or Windows, anything, right? Okay. So then it is extensible and embeddable. Means extensible. Extensible means we can use it for we can use and we can add new features. Different features can be added to this. Embeddable means you can portably put it into you can put it in a mobile phone, you can put it into a chip. So it is portable, and you can embed that code within some application, or within a chip, or within other applications even. Inside a website, you can embed. Inside another software, you can embed. maybe even if you're doing 3D animation editing, you can embed these codes. So Python is used for, so you can see 3D Max. So this Python can be added or placed in 3D Max. 3D Max is actually used for 3D design. 3D Max is used for creating 3D objects. So here, button, in order to automate that, you can use Python codes. That is what embedding. You can make a mail. So you can put it. So that means you in other program you can put small Python script. Right? That is what called embedding. In other program you can put small portion of Python, or even large codes can be embedded. Right. So then the question comes, why we need to translate these high level languages? The computer operates basically, so I can explain the operation of computers using this. Let me use circuit construction kit. You can also try this. This is a virtual environment. Let me send you the link. And I'm clicking on this introduction part. When you receive the window, after clicking the link, just go to the introduction and you can see something like this. Basics of electronics. In any electronic circuit. So let's say you have a bulb, switch, and a battery. And I'm connecting using a wire from here to here, here to here. And this one also I'm connecting using a wire to the battery, like this. Okay, so how can I lighten up this bulb now? Yes?
Make the switch go down.
If I turn on the switch, you can see the bulb is lighten up. Oh, that's lighten up. So this can be represented using two logical symbols, that is 1 and 0. So let's say you can explain this using logical symbols. So let's say a switch and bulb are the two things. Switch is to give the input, bulb is to produce the output. When switch is 0, bulb is 0. So this is the symbolic way of representing this. Switch is turned off, the bulb is also turned on. When switch is 1, means switch is turned on, the bulb is also 1. Bulb is also turned on. So this is the simple way of explaining electronic circuit. So that can be done using 1, 0. So this 1, 0 is, the machines can understand, actually these electronic circuits can understand 1, 0. 0 means off, 1 means on. 0 off, 1 on, 0 off, 1 on. So these two status can be easily understood by any circuit. Therefore, based on the complexity of the circuit, we do coding using this 1 and 0, which is called machine code. Actually, this circuit is very simple. So machine code for this is only 1 and 0. 1 will turn on the bulb and 0 will turn off the bulb. But when the circuit becomes complex, the machine language will also become complex, because when you can do various activities, complex activities, right? But everything can be explained using 1 and 0. Let me give another example too. Let me take Excel. Okay, so while opening that, I would like to, okay, that is open. So I am using Excel. It is easy to create this. That's why it's Excel. And so let me show small example again using 1 and 0, how string recognize letters. Okay, for an example, this is, so let me take a picture of this letter that you can see in this. I'm taking picture of letter C here. Okay, then let me open this letter C. Since it takes time, I'll use that. So let me open this letter C. Okay, this is letter C. Let me zoom in now. When you zoom in, you can see these are not, it is not just letter C, it has some squares. Can you see? It has some squares. These squares has colors. So due to that colors, when you zoom out, you can see this letter. So that is what happening in the string, right? The string uses these color dots called pixels. These dots are called pixels. Actually, it's similar to bulbs, right? By turning on and off these bulbs, it displays letters. By turning on and off the bulbs, it displays letters. Okay, let me create something similar quickly. It seems there's a bug. I don't know why it's not opening. Anyway, let me do this using sheets. Yeah, that is easy. Okay, see, sheets is also similar to Excel. So it also has these cells. So let me make these cells smaller. Let me change the width. Size column A to G. It's too small. 23. Okay, this is good. So let's assume these are these as bulbs. So each square represents a bulb. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select some bulbs and turn off all the bulbs. Turning off bulbs, I can indicate that using, okay, turning off. Turning off means 0 status. So let me change the status to 0. All the bulbs are turned off, so all the bulbs are in the 0 state. Like this. 0 status. So let's say 0 has a color. 0's color is black. Because turn off now, 0 color is black. So it looks like this. Then I'm going to set some colors. I'm going to set some colors. I'm going to set this on. On means, let's say color is yellow. Right? This is 1. On. And then I'm going to turn on this one as well. This one as well. And this one too. This one too. And this one also. This one too. This one. Let's turn on these two also, and let's turn on these two also, these three. And let me turn on this as well. So when I zoom out, what can you see? When I zoom out, what can you see?
The letter A.
Yeah, it's letter A. You can see when I zoom out, it looks like letter A. Right, that is what I want to show. So actually turning on and off or 1 and 0 can represent any object in the string. 1 and 0 can be used to represent any object in the string. But the thing is, that is called the machine representation or the machine language. But is it easy or difficult to us to represent? Is it easy or difficult? So what do you think? Writing down everything using 1 and 0. Can you draw a picture using 1 and 0? Can you draw a face using 1 and 0?
Yes.
Yes, but it will take more time, right? Drawing a face, because like you need to think about the colors, you need to think about the face shape, and it is a very complex shape. So here, let me show one thing. Convert picture to Ascii. So let me show this. But if you have an image, let's take image there. Okay. Right, let's take this image. This. Oh, not that. Okay, let's take this image. This is much bigger, I think. Yes, that is too big. Okay, let's take this one. And I'm trying to convert that to Ascii. Okay, you can see here, the picture that I have sent is converted to characters. So it's not actually, you will not be able to see that properly. But this is what I got as the output. Right, likewise, if you have an image, so this can be used to convert. So I think better you have a meaningful one. Let's say, let's take a face. Okay, I'm taking your face, right? Okay, I'll take the face of a boy. This one. Let me capture that. Let me capture that. And now I'm trying to convert that into Ascii. Okay. So let's try to convert. Okay, you can see, but this is not similar to the face, but it is very, so you can see some kind of figure, right? Not perfect, some kind of figure. So let's try to max 200. Let's increase the number of characters and using colors. Okay, let's try to convert. Oh, still converting. Okay, now you can see. Can you see the face?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now we can see that. But so it is very difficult. It's very, very difficult Because if I manually do this, it will take hours, right? If I manually do this, it will take hours, but this is electronic way of converting. Similarly, actually this is some example. This is just an example, but similarly, the conversion like this will happen inside the computer, right? Conversion like this will happen inside the computer. And so that is basically called the machine language. That is not what you show, but everything will be represented using ones and zeros, not just even characters. It will be represented using ones and zeros. It's very, very difficult. Therefore, we do have a method. So when we are writing programs, we use human-friendly languages. When you are writing codes, we use human-friendly languages. Those human-friendly languages are called high-level languages. So that is what we have used. Print. When you say print, you can understand. Print means even give some output. Input means get some input. So we can understand. But even though we can understand this print and input and all these things, the machines will not be able to understand. Therefore, it is required to convert human-friendly languages to machine understandable binaries or machine understandable machine language. Therefore, we use translators. Okay, so I just wanted to explain why we need translators. Python is a high-level language, means it's a human-friendly language. When you're writing codes in Python, the computer won't understand. Computer cannot understand that. But what will happen? It will convert that to a machine-friendly language and then understand. To do that, there are two ways. So one is called compiler, which will translate your entire code at once. The other one is interpreter. It will translate only line by line. Out of these are two types of translators. Actually, we will learn Java in future. In Java, we will use compiler. But in Python, we are using interpreter. We don't want to know much about that. It will automatically happen. It will be completed by this IDLE. When we write a code, so let's do the installation, right? When you write a code, this IDLE is responsible to convert this code to, okay, when you write something like this, print, say hello, this IDLE will convert this to the machine language and machine will understand that. So according to the machine understanding, we will get this output. So this is internal process, but you still need to know what is happening in the computer. When you print hello, computer won't understand directly. It will be translated by interpreter, and then only we understand this. Then only the computer understands this. Okay, to do that, we need IDLE, right? Let me explain how to download and install this. Since Dimi don't have that environment, can you share Dimi? Then I'll tell you how to install that. Please share the screen. Okay, please go to Google Dimi. And then, yeah, there, please type Python IDLE. Python IDLE. Right? IDLE means Integrated Development Environment. Right? That is helping us writing codes, translating codes. Also, it will show errors. It will assist us understanding the code, and it will assist us by auto-generating codes. A lot of things are there. So please go to the second link, download Python. Yeah, that one. After that, okay. Wait.
I think I already downloaded it.
Have you downloaded?
I think so.
Okay. So then you have to click on download Python, this 3.10.5. Yeah, that link. That will download the file. You can see it's, yeah, downloaded. Just click on the downloaded file and So it's very easy to install. Maybe you are prompted with some questions and ask whether this do changes to your computer. Do you want to do that, allow that? Click yes to those things if you are getting such messages. Because for the security, sometimes it might give you certain warnings. Doesn't matter, you have to accept that. Have you shared the entire screen? I think you have only shared the browser window, right? Can you share the entire screen, please? You can stop sharing and then share the screen, the first one. Screen or desktop. Otherwise, I won't be able to see the other things. Other things means like applications and all, they're running in the background. The first option, when you share, the first option is desktop or screen. Yeah, then just now I can see that. You have already downloaded that. So you can just repair if you want. Or modify. Repair is okay. Or if you don't want, cancel it, right? That's right. Okay. Then to open it, you have to search IDLE. IDLE. Yeah. Then you can see the IDLE. Yes, just load it. And when you want to write codes, you can write there in the IDLE itself, or you can take a new file. I'll teach both methods. So here, can you write, can you just type some mathematics? Let's say 8 plus 2, 8 plus 2. Okay, press enter and will be calculated for you. This is what interpreting is. That time itself, it do the translation and conversion. So let's say x equal, let's type x equal input within bracket, within quotation. So please open the bracket, open the quotation. You can say enter a number, enter a number. Yeah, enter a number. Close the quotation and close the brackets, press enter. And you can see in a message called enter a number. Press enter some number, maybe 10 or 20. Just enter it and type it 10, 10. If you want to give a space, yes, press enter, press enter. If you want to give a space, go back to X, click on X, before that. Yeah, then press enter. That will give the line back. That is how we recall the command. Then enter a number. After that, put colon mark. If you no, that is inside. Please put that inside. Enter number, colon mark and space. Colon and space. Not semicolon. Please put colon, right? Colon and space. Yeah. Now press enter. Go to the end of the line. Press enter. Now you can see enter a number. It has given the colon and space. Now it is right. Give some number and press enter. Right. Okay. So this is how you get the things using shell. But if you want to write multiple lines, so you have to take a new file. To do that, you have to go to file and new file, new file. There you can put x equal, right? Then input that. Input within bracket, yeah, within bracket, within quotation, you can write the code.
I can't find the IDLE program.
Oh, you can find. Okay, so let me let your brother share the screen. Then okay, can you share? Is it there or IDLE? Just search. Have you downloaded and installed? It seems not. You have downloaded. Yeah, double click it, please. Oh, it's asking you to modify, close it, cancel it. So shall we go to this PC, please? This PC. Yeah, there. Please move down and see. Yeah, go to the OSC. Yes, that one. Check whether you have something called Python there. No. There is the setup. Okay, shall we repair the setup? Please repair it. Not sure whether you got the installation. Okay, anyway, let's try it again. Let it run again. Oh, next time when you install, please note down the location. Sometimes it's because like your searching facilities, I think it has stopped. That is the reason why you cannot see it. Okay, pause it. Now try to search. IGLE, no. Python, try to search Python. Okay, you can see the application. Just right click on the file and then don't open it. Just open the file location. Oh, no. Again, search for Python. Then just go open file location. All right, okay, here it is. Can you right click there again? Again, open the file location. No, don't double click. That is not IDLE, that is the shell. Right click and open the file location again. Open the file location, third one. Okay, can you drop down and see whether IDLE is available to you further? Okay. Under tools, do we have IDLE? No. The version that you have downloaded, I think is not included in the IDLE, it seems. Go up. Go up again, one more time. There, can you search IDLE? Yeah, the version that you have downloaded seems like that. So can you just click on, right? Just go there. Have you downloaded the same? This one? Okay, now try to install it again. Okay, here, please uninstall first. And install again. Okay, now install again. Click on the setup that you have downloaded. Press Ctrl and J key. No need to download again. Ctrl and J key. Okay, you can see the download there. Click on that. Install. Okay, can you see it that then, okay?
Yeah, it worked.
Is it there?
Yes.
All right, okay. Then that. Right, okay. So let's see, let's practice that now again. Right. So you can see the IDLE like this. And so what you can do is, if you want write codes in IDLE, or take a new file. So, and then you will get a complete new empty window and you can write code in there. If it is multiple, if it is about multiple files, you have to write the code in there in this IDLE. Okay, so let me test the operators now. So what are the operators available? And before we begin again, another new thing. So we need to learn about identifiers, right? Identifiers are the names that we introduce, right? Identifiers are the names that we introduce into program. There are some rules set in identifiers. So rule number 1. So these identifiers need to be started with a letter or underscore symbol. So either underscore or start with a letter. That is, so if you are starting with a number, then the identifier is wrong, right? Example, so let me write down in the IDL itself. If I say number 1 equal 10, it is correct. But I cannot say one number equal 10. That is wrong because you can't start with a number, right? And the next thing is, you cannot put spaces. If you put number space 1 equal 10, that is wrong because number, whatever, 1 equal 10, it is wrong because no spaces are allowed in the middle. You can't put spaces in the middle. You can put spaces here after the variable. You can put space, number 1 space. This is allowed, but in between the identifier, you will not be able to put the space. That is wrong. And no special symbols. You cannot put something like this, number $1 equal 10. No, you can't put like that. $sign, not allowed. Number -1 equals 10. No, still not, because you dash is wrong. You can't put like that. And dash, asterisk, these are incorrect. And also note that do not use keywords. That means you can, if you try to use something like this, input equal 10. Input is a keyword. You can see it is in the purple color. Purple color means it's like print. It's already available. So sorry, already assigned one to Python. So we should not use already assigned thing to the Python. So that is the next rule. Okay. So these rules are important when writing programs. So identifiers are user introduced names, or names used by us, or user introduced names. You can say user, or anyway, programmer introduced names, or the things introduced by us, and it has few rules too. These are the rules. Start with a number, do not start with a letter, and no spaces are allowed, and no special symbols. Also, another thing that is, do not use keywords or the reserved words. Then these identifiers can be used to introduce variables. Variables are actually locations, memory locations. These memory locations hold a change in value. It's like a mug. So let's say you have a mug. In this mug, you can put tea or water or coffee or cool drink or anything. Anything in any amount. Until this mug is full, you can put any liquid into this. But time to time, the amount of liquid in the mug is changing. So it can be 100 milliliters, it can be 20 milliliters, 10 milliliters, it can even be empty, it can be 300 milliliters, any number. So variable is like that. So variable is a memory location. Its location like this. So let's say X is a variable. Then X is something like this. It can hold a value. When you tell X is 10, the 10 will be there. Examples in the programming. If you say X equal 10, it will assign a variable called X and put the value 10 to there. And if you tell Y equal 20, it will introduce another variable Y and put the value 20 there. So that is what a variable is. Y equal 20. You can see. Now you can ask X and Y, X plus Y. So it says 30. Right? Shall we write down this part quickly? Identifiers and variables. This part that I have highlighted, can you just take down quickly? So in addition to this, whatever preferred, you can write down, right? If when I'm telling, like, if you think that is important, you need to remember, you can write down, right? Anyway, I have sent you the note. I hope you got it. An email, right? So I'll send this part as well. I'll send this part as well, not just this part. So, okay, the operators. So that is what we are going to do this. So there are a few kind of operators: arithmetic operators, comparison operators, logical. Bitwise, actually, you don't have it in this level, but we can study and learn. So what are they? Then the assignment operators. I'll tell you bitwise also. So these are the operator types available in Python. Let's see how each operator works. Okay, the first operator type, arithmetic. So you can add any number here, 10 plus 20, you can add, or you can assign variables. Let's say x equal 4 and y equal 10. And you can say x plus y, y plus x, or x plus y. So likewise, you can add arithmetic operators, addition. Addition can be used for different other numbers also. So addition can be used for decimal numbers, 4.5 plus 2.3. So still it will be added. And addition can be used for scientific numbers, 2.3e plus 4 plus 2.5e 53e plus 3. So you can see it has given the output. So what is this e number? So what is the scientific notation about? Do you know? I think in the calculator, the scientific notation is there.
It's, I think, power of 10. No,
Yeah,
it's
power of 10, correct. So that is actually that number you can write as 2.3 into 10 to the power 4. So 2.3e4 means 2.3 into 10 to the power 4, which means 23,000. 23,000. That means 4 zeros will be added. 4 positions will be added. So since it had 4 positions, it will be 23,000. Then 2.53e3 is 2.53 into 10 to the power 3. So you can write that number as 25,000 300. So when you add both numbers, you will get 23,000. Oh, sorry. This one is, sorry, it's my mistake. 2,530. So 23,000 plus 2,530 will give you 25,530. This one. Understood? Did you understood?
Yes.
Okay. So that is scientific numbering, right? So you can add scientific numbers, you can add normal numbers, scientific numbers, decimal numbers, any such number can be added. And special thing about this arithmetic addition, you can add text. You can add text. Text means, so you can add here, you can add Dasun plus Nilanjana will give you Dasun Nilanjana. Or you can say hello plus hi, that will add and tell you hello, hi. Strings can be added. Actually, this addition is called concatenation. This is not mathematical addition. This is by adding two numbers together. Okay, let's say 6 plus 5 is 11. But if you add 6 plus 5, so what will be the answer?
65.
65. So if you, this can be single quoted also, 6 plus 5. So if you try to add this 6 plus 5, so what will be the answer? Six plus 5. That will not be added because one is a string, the other one is a number. So you can't do such operation. You can see it will give an error. Will not be added. But you can do something like this. You can say 6 plus str 5. That will be added. Str will convert that to a string, a text. Or you can say int 6 plus 5. So what will be the answer for this one?
11.
11. Yeah, 11. int 6, because that will be converted to integer. So shall we quickly do these things? So try these exercises and see whether you are getting the answers properly. You can try in the shell itself. No need to take a new window. You can try it in shell itself. So adding numbers is possible, adding decimal numbers possible, adding text is possible, adding text to a number is possible, adding number to text is possible, but with this is called casting. This is called casting. Casting means you convert to the correct type. So both this and this, we call them casting. And this one, when you add text, we call that concatenation. It's called concatenation. That is adding text together, merging text. Concatenation. So addition can be used for concatenation. Addition can be used with casting. So these are important terms. Please write down somewhere. Concatenation is adding strings. Casting is converting one type to some other type, right? Converting one type. Converting one data type to another, we call casting. Okay, done. Let me know once you are done.
I'm done.
Dime, what about you?
I'm done.
Okay. So that is about addition and subtraction. Subtraction can be used similar to the addition. You can see, you can subtract decimal numbers. You can subtract integers, decimal numbers. Even the scientific numbers can be subtracted like this. Scientific numbers can be subtracted, but not strings. Strings cannot be subtracted. When you try to subtract string, no, it is unsupported. You can't subtract string from another string. With casting, you can subtract integers or numbers. With casting, you can do the subtraction for these things. So that is easy. When addition is done, subtracting is the easy, but the thing is, you will not be able to subtract strings like you did in addition. Actually addition, you had something called concatenation, but here for the strings, you don't have subtraction. The next is division. You can try this with me, because let me quickly finish this section. So the division. Numbers can be divided, but the answer that you're getting is for sure you are getting a floating point answer. You get, even though you get that 6 divided by 3 is exactly 2, no? But you will be getting 2.0. That is the nature. When you divide, even a scientific number, whatever, the number that you divide, you'll get the answer in decimal, in this floating point numbers. But if you want, you can convert that to integer, right? Because you know the method. So if you make it integer, typecast to integer, then you'll get the answer in integer format. So let's try to get the integer format of this. When you typecast it, you can get the integer. Otherwise, you will get a decimal number. So again, division cannot be applied to strings. Division can only be applied to numbers, but not strings. Surely for division, answer is a floating point number. So if it is exactly divisible, still you will get 5.0, not 5. But there is a special division. So that will give you a floating value, floor value. Floor, sorry, not floating value, a floor value. So for an example, 6 divided by 4 is 1.5, but 6 floor divided by 4 is only 1. Let's say 8 divided by 5 is 1.6, but 8 floor divided by 5 is 1. It's not rounding, it is taking the floor. You know, the floor is the floor is where you can see the tiles and all. Floor means the down value, the bottom value. You'll get the bottom value with the floor division. So let's try another one. 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. So 0 floor divided by 4, you'll get 0. That is the floor value of division, or the least integer value, but the low integer value in, you're not getting the rounded value. That is the floor division. Floor division use 2 division symbols. Multiplication is asterisk. The symbol is asterisk for multiplication. So what will happen if you're using 2 multiplication signs? Here, understand the results, what will happen? 2 multiplication signs. So what is the answer? It is the power, right? It is the power. So this will give 2 to the power 4. This will give 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 means it's equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 16. That is double multiplication. Floor division and double multiplication is exponent, right? That is exponent. I'll send exercises and note related to this after the lesson. Then you can go through the note, do the exercise, practice it again and understand. Okay, one more symbol is remaining, that is percentage. But that is not percentage, that is not working as a percentage, some other symbol. Okay, try to understand this. 4 divide by, actually this is division 2. Then 4, 3. So what will happen there? It will give the integer remainder, right? So remember that this is integer remainder. So what is integer remainder after dividing? What remaining? Okay, tell me the answer if I try something like this. I'm going to try 8, 3. So what is the answer? Don't type it. Without typing, tell me the answer. 8 divided by 3. What is the integer remainder? How many 3s are there for 8?
2.
2. What remains? Remaining?
2.
2. So the answer will be 2. Okay, so this one, 13 floor divided by 5. How many 5s for 13?
2.
Remaining?
3.
3. So 3 will be the answer. Understood?
Yes.
Remaining part. Okay, 997 modulus 999. So what is the answer? This is called modulus, right? Modulus. So what is the answer? 997 modulus 999. So can you divide 997 from 999?
No.
No. So what remains? Everything remains.
0.
0 or everything? Because you can't divide, right? You can't divide, the everything remains. So 997 is the answer. So what if 999 modulus 997?
2.
2
remaining.
Yeah, 2 remaining. Correct. Understood how it works?
Yes.
Right. So that is the modulus operator. If a number is divided by 2 and remaining is 1, so what is that number? If a number is divided by 2, okay, there's a big number, you divide it by 2 and remaining is 1, remainder is 1, that number is odd number, right? That number is odd number. But if it is a divide by 2 and remaining is 0, that is even number, right? This odd even, it's easy to identify by finding the remainder. If remainder is 1 of a given number after dividing by 2, that number is odd. If remainder is 0 after dividing by 2, then it is even number. Okay, so I think we have learned all the arithmetics: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, exponent, modulus. Modulus means integer remainder. Floor division. This is called floor division. Floor division. Divide and giving the dividing and giving the floor value. One more thing I forgot. So this part, you can multiply a string to hello. You can multiply by 4. That will give you hello, 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 hello. That will concatenate. That is special thing in, that is a special feature in Python. So that means if you want to multiply this one, asterisk, multiply 5, what will be the result? Asterisk, multiply by 5.
5 asterisks.
5 asterisks. Correct. That is possible. So what about this? Asterisk multiplied by 5 plus hash multiplied by 3.
5 asterisks, then 3 hashtags.
Yes. 5 asterisks, then 3 hashes. Okay. So with that, we have studied arithmetic operation part. I'll be sending you some exercises as well as the note. Please go through that, and there will be some exercises. Please complete that. So do not just code. Try to find out whether you can find the answer first, then you can code it, right? Because once you code it, you will definitely get the answer. For an example, something like this. Okay, try to tell me the answer. 5 plus 6 multiplied by 3. So what is the answer? 5 plus 6 multiplied by 3.
23.
23. Yes. 6 into 3. First multiplication will happen. That is what I want to know. First multiplication will happen. 6 into 3 is 18. 18 plus 5 will be 23. Correct. Right. You should know why it is happening, because, but if I bracket this, so what will be the answer there?
33.
33. Yes, exactly. 5 plus 6 will be then calculated. 5 plus 6 will be 11. 11 into 3 will be 33. Okay, good. You understood the logic. So next day I'll be discussing the remaining operations. This part is easy. I'll be discussing the remaining operations next day. Then good night. See you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.